So let's talk about arrow function. Arrow function is a feature introduced by ES6 that allows to write function in a more simple and concise way. It works great when we use it for simple function that we use only once. Let's find some examples for arrow function. We have a simple function here, subtraction, that subtract 10 and 2. Okay, now I copy this function and I transform it into an arrow function. The first thing that we have to do, of course, is to remove the function word, the function keyword, and we assign our arrow function to a variable, subtraction 2, and we equal it to this set of square brackets with the parameters inside, and after the square brackets we place an arrow, and this is an arrow function. Very simple. And you can see that of course I forgot to change this, but even the arrow function will work as well. Okay, we can simplify the arrow function even more. When our arrow function stands only on one line of code, we can remove the return statement because it will be given for granted by the JS engine, and even the curly brackets. So even this syntax is acceptable. And as you can see, we have simplified our arrow function by a lot. We have simplified the code by a lot. It's more readable and it occupies less line. Another feature of the arrow function is that let's say that I change the function in itself. Now it doubles, so it only needs one parameter and it multiplies it by 3 or by 2, whatever you want. So now it needs only one parameter, right? And since we don't need to have multiple parameters, also we can remove our curly brackets here, and still the code will be acceptable. So as you can see, as I said since the beginning, arrow function allows us to create code that is much more concise. I wanted to bring also this example because I think that in this kind of situations it works best. You can see we have a document event listener. On click, it throws a function. Well, we can simplify the code by using an arrow function in this way, and still the code will work fine. And also we can put down the brackets, and this code will still work fine. And as you can see, in this case, the arrow function really win the normal function. But the syntax of the arrow function is not the only difference with the normal functions. They also differ in the functionality. Let's see what I mean. First difference is the arrow function cannot act as a constructor. Let's see what this means. Here we have a function, and this function is a sort of class. In fact, right now that we are in ECMAScript 6, we should write this code like this, okay? But bear 1 second with me. We don't need to explain these things. This function is acting as a class. We are defining a new instance of the function, and we are calling p.name. And this syntax is correct. It will not throw an error. Okay, if we do the same thing with A, so we have an arrow function, it's declaring this.name equal to Luigi. In itself, this is not a syntax error, but this doesn't make sense. In fact, after we define a new instance of this arrow function, as you can see, it's saying A is not a constructor. Okay, this wasn't a difference that is really does really make differences in the practical coding workflow, but it was worth mentioning. Another difference that maybe is a little more practical is when we are using function or arrow function inside a class, and we are using inside our function the this dot something. Here we have we have a class car with which has a parameter model, and we have two functions, which is print car model and print car model with the function, the normal function used. There is a set timeout, which the first uses an arrow function, and after 2 seconds it prints out the car model of Skoda, of whatever. And the second one is the same thing, but using a normal function. So and after I defined a new instance of car. I passed Skoda as parameter. Now let's see what does the first function with the arrow function inside. Okay, as you can see, the code has worked properly. Now let's see the normal function. As you can see, car model is undefined. So why this error? The reason is because of the scoping of the function is quite mouthful to say, and simply practice the arrow function itself doesn't have its own this, so it inherits the this of the print car, which is model. In this case, the normal function, the this of the normal function is the this of where the function is invoked. So in this case, we are invoking a function from the global scope. So the JS engine is searching the this inside the global scope. Here, the this is searched inside the car, the class car. So if you want to write these two pieces of code, which one is correct? The one with the arrow function. If you find this lesson useful, you would love my Complete Intermediate JavaScript course that you can find on udemy.com. The link to the tutorial is in the description down below. Thank you very much.